This movie, it's literally like cock tease. Welcome to Tairimo Boys Podcast. I'm your host, Cody. With me in second chair is the boy planning to start his own vampire chick harem. It's Jeremy.
Oh, that would be fun. Right up my alley.
You know what I always say about crazy.
Yes, I do. And you know what I always say about crazy.
With me in third chair is the boy who owns My Other Ride Is Your Mama hat. It's Ryan.
Uh,
That was a nice hat.
Today, we're returning to B-List Boys with a movie I found while we were looking for information on V for Vendetta. This movie is called V for Vengeance. So, boys, how does this movie hold up against V for Vendetta?
Okay, that's not even a fair scale.
We're not scaling it, we're just doing a little comparison right now.
Oh god. Okay. I mean, nowhere even near close.
oh, the messages were about the same. No, we're not even close.
Yeah.
Missing a lot of Natalie Portman
I agree.
and Stephen Fry.
Yeah, this movie. Woo! Okay, boys, tell me what you think about this idea. I think this movie was. Well, first off, it was schlock, like a normal B list boys, but
Oh, definitely.
I think it was also slop, like pig slop. Like the kind of movie that a network buys just so they have something to eat up airtime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see that. Especially with such a garbage
Agree with
script.
that.
So, Jeremy, give me your first thoughts.
I went in with extremely low expectations. Um, I saw the IMDb score. I was like, oh lord, this one's gonna be fun. There were some things that pleasantly surprised me though about this movie. So I'll defend a few things on it, but overall, it's a B-list. Well, it almost hits my criteria for a B-list.
No boob bonanza today, folks.
Yep, that's the only thing we were missing.
I've got a lot to say about that. Ryan, first thoughts?
I was a little disappointed that the movie V for Vengeance was not an alternate title for the Batman. I was really hoping to see Robert Pattinson in the Riddler. It's like you said, very schlocky vampire shit.
More vampire foo.
Yeah.
Yep. Uh, Jeremy loves that term.
Oh yeah, like I said in Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer, I felt like that was vampire foo, but this one was really vampire foo.
Yeah, this is more hand to hand combat while Abraham Lincoln had his mighty axe. As for my first thoughts, these boys have said pretty much everything. We knew going into this wasn't going to be a great movie, and like I said, this movie isn't like totally awful, but it's something that you find on a TV network where they're just trying to burn time.
Yep, you
Had
said it
some
perfectly.
had some good ideas with it, but overall, I think the script is like really bad, and the acting at places was kind of shaky.
That was my biggest problem with this movie was the script.
Here's my opinion on the script. I think a bunch of basic bitches ended up writing the script for this movie.
Sure felt like it.
There were so many goddamn cat fights in the movie, and something that really stuck out maybe was that scene where the one chick was putting like toilet paper on the toilet seat.
Scarlet.
Yeah, I guess that's what her name is. I think I only
Yeah,
bothered to like learn like maybe one, two, three names in this movie.
yeah, a few of them. Well, speaking of cats and cat fights, I mean, did you guys notice that like they were roaring like tigers?
Yeah, it was either that or bears. I
Like
heard like
tigers. I swear to
I
God, at the when they were drinking the blood towards the end at the table with all the older vampires, I swear it sounded like they were all purring.
well, I did notice that this movie had a shit ton of like stock sound effects in it.
Definitely.
So that's probably just grabbed cat effects.
ain't gonna lie, I was purring seeing some ladies in this movie.
Yes, sir.
It was a quiet purr. It wasn't like a really good purr.
No, I'm not roaring for these ladies, but I was definitely purring.
But anyways, for people at home, some quick info about this movie. 2022 movie came out. There's very little information on it because it's just so B-listy. I read that the budget was 69,420, but I think you could tell that doesn't sound like a real number.
That doesn't add up. I
I,
don't see it.
I don't. I'd have to say the budget on this is probably anywhere between 500 and probably 3 million. Someone had to be funding this movie. Because the one compliment I'll give this movie is like the cinematography was like expertly done.
Indeed. So was the vampire foo.
Yeah, oh yeah, the
The
choreography.
fight, it
That's
was amazing.
yeah.
We
Uh,
all have to say one nice thing about this movie at some point.
yeah, we'll get to that.
I did.
Yeah, the ladies.
That's basically it. If we ignore the cinematography,
Everything else about this movie.
I mean, it was a rough one.
And it was paced weird too. Like when they were doing flashbacks and things like that, the script was just so boring to me. I found myself scrolling in between the fights.
Oh,
Of course, when the fight showed up, then I was had my full attention. But
it took me all night to get through this movie. Uh,
ADD strikes again.
no, it was yeah, it just was not keeping my attention. Like I'd watch like 10 minutes of it, pause, and then go do something more interesting, and come back. But for everyone at home, basically the a summary of the movie is that there's three sisters. Two of them are like vampires, and they're looking for their third sister. They ended up getting split up like 10 years ago, so they end up running into like vampire hunters and end up going on a vendetta against like the head evil vampire who destroyed their family. It's also important to note that their third sister's looking for a cure for vampirism.
We're gonna have to talk about that cure later.
Let's go ahead and talk about it now, Jeremy.
Okay, what the was that cure? Didn't she say she had like a couple vials of it, and it was supposed to remove the vampirism, but then it wound up killing the vampires and sending them to hell?
Yeah, it was really complicated.
They're like, this is the cure, this is the serum, and then they use it on the vampires, and you think, oh, they're just gonna go back to human form or something, and then they can kill them. Nope, burns them to hell.
Well, I got the feeling that the whole burning thing was just them dying because you had the second in command chick for the main vampire. Whenever she got staked in the heart, she ended up getting like incinerated. So
So the cure actually killed them. The cure that she was gonna give her sisters.
yeah, I assume it was kind of it cured him and then killed him at the same time. So maybe it wasn't ready for production yet.
It was a rough draft.
I mean, if you really want to talk about plot holes, Jeremy, who the old Native American vampire hunter, Bullseye, that was his name.
I know where you're going with this already.
Yeah, he's looking at like a security camera. It's like, yeah, there's like vampires coming.
Just by the
It's
heat
like,
signature, he can
sure,
tell,
yeah.
right?
And then the guy's name, whatever his name, Marcus, I think it was.
Yep.
Like he should have known right away that guy's a vampire. That's kind of saved to the end.
But somehow didn't see it.
And I'm just gonna go out here and say it. A movie like this, it should have like a set of boobs
Boobs.
like every 5 minutes.
Yep.
This movie, it's literally like cock tease. It acts like it's gonna show you boobs like the entire movie, but they never come.
What a disappointment.
You get chicks in like lingerie. Chick almost gets struggle snuggled. There's like
Shower
a
scene with no boobs.
yeah. There's a shower scene and there's like a scene. No boobs. They gotta have a mother R rating.
And they did not utilize it well.
But Jeremy, as you said, like the choreography for the fights, it actually was pretty good.
I would say it was very, very good. Like I was seriously impressed with it. That's why it kept my attention for some of the movie. And I honestly I didn't think the acting was that bad. I thought some of the stupid scripted forced humor was bad. But I thought the actresses and actors did pretty well for the most part.
Yeah, some of the acting was kind of iffy in spots, and
Yeah,
uh,
you get a lot
they
of schlocky acting in there,
yeah
but
the actors. I mean, if they had a little bit of coaching, I think they would have. I think actually most of the actors went on to like do bigger stuff after this. I
did
mean,
you guys speaking of, did you guys recognize anybody?
no
Nope.
I think Bullseye was the only one I recognized. He was in Reservation Dogs. That's the only one I recognized.
reservation. Are you? Hold on. Reservation dogs or reservoir dogs?
Reservation Dogs.
Okay.
The show about the res,
Okay. Well,
like a comedy.
okay, you're correct then. I've never heard that show, but like one of my favorite movies is Reservoir Dogs.
Oh,
It's like I don't remember him in Reservoir Dogs.
got to pick a fight.
He's supposed to be an expert vampire hunter. We didn't see him do crap the entire movie.
He could barely move around.
Yeah, no kidding.
Any scene he was in, he's like, "I'll take care of it," and he just like struggles to move around the scene. I was like, "This is bad."
I mean, if the script was good and he was moving around like that, like I don't know if the actor has any kind of problems, but they could make him like some kind of like mentor, like who was Blake's mentor? It was Whistler, right?
I do not remember.
Oh, well, it's like the older guy. Do we need to review Blade, Jeremy?
Yes, let's add that to the list.
Another thing I want to mention too is This movie takes jokes and just runs them into the ground.
Worse than Family Guy.
Yep. Conway Twitty.
There was some funny scenes, but then some of it just drug on way too long.
Yeah. So at the beginning of the movie, we see the main lady vampire. She goes and kills the guy trying to snuggle her. Then she's doing the thing again. We get to like this funny scene where the guy's like, I think his name was like Frank or something.
Yep.
She calls him Papa Bear. I know that, but he gives
Cock
her.
tease.
Yeah. He gives him a ride, and her whole thing is she kind of hits on guys and then kills them. But he's like not buying it, and he's got a family and anything. And then she just leaves. So the scene goes on a little too long, and I thought it was funny. But then, like throughout the movie, we find out like, no, this guy's a vampire hunter, and he keeps showing up. It's like, oh, you didn't need to do this.
They could have left him out, and I would have been perfectly fine, other than that one scene.
Yeah, he just needed to be in the first scene. And every other time after we find out he's like a vampire hunter, there's no purpose him being in the movie.
The other scene that was pretty funny at first, but I felt drug on too, was the cafe scene when the sisters meet up after beating the shit out of each other to have coffee, and they keep talking about like killing people right in front of the server.
That don't even get me started on that. They're like the worst killers like ever. The one chick goes into the motel covered in blood and tosses a thing of money down. It's like, okay.
Yeah, they leave a trail everywhere they go.
Yeah, they're not the least bit discreet.
That means that our vampire hunters are really, really shitty.
None of our vampire hunters did shit in the entire movie.
Nope.
Like literally, we don't get like one combat scene with the vampire hunter. So boys, we're gonna have to do this. Jeremy, what was your favorite scene?
Man, that's really tough. I guess like shit.
Everything was just so average.
It really was. I'm gonna go the basic route with the comeuppance fight. That was entertaining to watch as far as action goes. So I'm just gonna go with that. When the vampire chicks fight Thorn.
I did think it was pretty stupid when they staked him in the heart. He just kind of shrugged it off.
That was Jesus steak too.
Okay, I did love the quote. It was like, I love this Jesus wood.
That was pretty good. See, if they would have kept it to just like more one-liners and like short comedy scenes, it would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
The flow of this movie was just awful.
Oh, he was. Yep. Ryan, favorite scene?
Go with the same. Not much for me to work with here.
Yeah.
I know. I tried.
Yeah, your favorite scene. If you're at home, if you watch this, your favorite scene is going to probably be near the end of the movie. Like all the fights at the end are pretty great. Here, I'll ask you a better question. What chick in the movie would you want to bang?
You stole my stuff. My questions. Tatiana.
Oh, she was the number 2 for the vampire guy, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that was my answer too.
Crazy looking.
Yeah, hot as hell.
Mm-hmm. Hot as hell and crazy. Yep. Sign me up.
Ryan, you want to say something different?
I really want to go. Damn. Really want to go with Emma.
Okay, I can see it. She's got a wild side to her.
I have a type. Yeah.
She was the main vampire lady, right?
Yep, the blonde one.
Yep. Yeah, she's easily number 2 for me.
Yeah, easily number 2.
Actually, I think Scarlet might have been number 2.
They're close, but Tatiana is definitely way up in number 1.
She'll probably fuck a chipmunk. So, do we want to do Fix It, boys?
Here's how you fix it: add boobs.
That was Fix It, boys. Yeah, the damn movie's just a cock tease.
It really is. I feel like this movie should have been better than it was. I mean, I enjoyed it for what it was, but the flow was just awful. The script was awful, and there were no boobs.
Well, I can tell you, it's better than I expected it to be.
Yes, I enjoyed it.
I mean,
I'm not gonna lie.
I was expecting a Jurassic Triangle, and I'm glad I didn't get Jurassic Triangle.
Thank God. I don't think I could sit through another Jurassic Triangle.
I mean, Jeremy, me and you've just seen much worse. The bar's pretty damn low when it comes to B-list.
Yeah. To say this was almost a palate cleanser compared to what we've seen.
Is there a vampire dinosaur movie?
Probably.
The idea is interesting, like maybe like little chombies. They're vampires, but at a certain point, the dinosaurs are too big. Where it's like, why the hell are they vampires? Just kill you and eat you.
I'll workshop this.
You can make it work.
We'll keep you updated, viewer at home. So, Jeremy, pass topic on to you.
You stole my topic. I got nothing.
That's what I do. Ryan, pass topic on to you.
What movie would you have rather watched other than this one?
B for Vendetta.
Okay, well, let me pull up my phone bill ask list. I mean, if we're talking about Blade movies, I mean, that's basically it, Blade. If you want a good vampire movie, go watch the first two Blade movies.
Not Blade Trinity.
Just a reminder for folks at home, if you're unfamiliar, Wesley Snipes was stoned out of his mind most of Blade 3.
Oh, I aspire to be
I hope
one
you
day.
drop that fun fact in every review.
It's going to be relevant, Ryan. Anything else?
Gee, golly, no.
There's not much to say about this movie.
Well, you better start saying, because Jeremy, it's time for final thoughts. Go.
I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I did, but I had my ADD kicked in bad. I was scrolling a lot. The flow is just god awful. The script is just shit. I thought the acting was pretty decent to fair. Some of it was good. The comedy drug on for way too long. The action was the best part. The choreography was phenomenal in this movie. So if you would just want to shut your mind off for the boring bits and watch some vampire foo, this is the movie for you.
Ryan, final thoughts?
Movie could have used some Abraham Lincoln.
It really could have.
It really, yeah. He just shows up in the end credits.
But yeah, Jeremy said it perfectly. This is just a trash movie that you'll hear in the background on something like FX or some other crappy movie channel that didn't want to buy the rights to like better movies.
Mm-hmm. And there were no boobs in a movie where there should have been boobs everywhere.
We're going to camera that pointing to the ground.
Oh, absolutely. I'm pissed off about that.
But if you want to waste your time, put some background noise, put this movie on. It's like average at like best. I certainly ain't gonna remember this movie in like a week.
No, I had trouble remembering some of it now.
That's what my teachers used to say about me. It was average at best.
All right, let's scale this bad boy. So we've already mentioned both the scales in this review. So today, our scale is from V for Vendetta to Jurassic Triangle. So Jeremy, where would you put it on the scale?
A few silver bullets above Jurassic Triangle.
Fair enough. Ryan?
The Dark Knight. I would put it. Never seen Jurassic Triangle. I wasn't there for that review.
Lucky you. The one that got away.
I'm gonna guess a silver bullet above Jurassic Triangle, given the review that I listened to.
It's never too late to watch the movie, Ryan.
Right?
Oh,
Ryan,
yeah,
you're out of PTO now. You're out of sick time, so you have to watch the rest of the B list with us now.
It's too late for Jurassic Triangle.
We only watched that movie because you were out of office.
I know.
It's a bit above Jurassic Triangle. Like I said, this movie's average at best, and
Which is superior to Jurassic Triangle.
yeah, it's superior to Jurassic Triangle. But I guarantee you, there's like hundreds, maybe thousands of like worse movies than this one.
Just not Jurassic Triangle.
Go watch our Jurassic Triangle review.
And you'll understand our pain.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you for listening to another episode of Tairimo Boys Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, telling us way better vampire movies. Pretty much all of them. And don't forget to ring that motherfucking bell. Stay tuned for more episodes.